Really?
Yeah,
25 a person.
25. We'll do 20. NRS is a little bit poverty. So we're doing 5v5 from every region that's coming to final round because we already have 108 preregs. So we're like, why not do a huge regional tournament? And I use the basis of Curly Mustache. The only difference is it's not invitational. It's just open to whoever. They just pay the 20 per head, and winner takes all. So no collusion. They're fighting for the best, bragging rights, all that. And it's looking to be good right now. We're gonna stream it after Mortal Kombat pools at like 7.
Okay. That's what's up. Do the damn thing, man.
Thank you. So I just wanted to show love to the originator.
That's all good. I mean, that concept's always been there. It's just how you present it, man, at the end of the day.
Let me add one more person in here. Quick. Alright, I gotta find Triforce, so what I'm gonna do is, because, you know, Eduardo's probably gonna have to, I don't know if you gotta bust out soon, because I know you're sick, and I don't want you to get a sniffle longer than you have to. And then, I don't know if Yipes is willing to rock it out, because these guys should be on about an hour.
Look, man, listen, I'm chilling.
It's toasty, man.
All right, good.
I'm chilling. I'm about to probably play some COD just while I'm on the mic.
All right, Mikey, there?
Man.
Yo.
All right, here's your opportunity. You got PR and you got Yipes. He's been wanting to interview you two guys for quite some time.
Yeah, specifically you two guys, actually.
So I've made the sun and the moon collide, and fucking I got both of you in one spot. So I'm gonna let him do that while I try to track down a certain man running around France fucking eating snails.
I'm not even gonna ask. But all right, this is a segment I've been wanting to do.
What's up? So what's up, Mikey?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm actually a big fan of both of yours. PR, you're actually my favorite player from the West Coast, and Yipes, you're actually one of my inspirations for even doing fighting games. A long time ago, I watched a match of you against Clockwork on YouTube from Evo, and it's one of the reasons that it got me back into MVC2. So I got to thank you both for that. But
Okay.
So this is a segment that I've been wanting to do for a while. A lot of times I hear about a lot of people who, you know, they think, you know, because of the way you commentate, Yipes, you know, how you make fun of people on commentary, people think sometimes that you don't care about the little guy, or you like making fun of people, or Rog, you know, sometimes the way that you act, you know, people might think that you're an asshole. So what I want to do is I wanted to interview you guys and, you know, make people know that you guys are just trying to bring hype. You guys aren't, like, you know, belittling people. You guys are just trying to bring hype. So let me direct this question to you. Yeah, when you're commentating, what goes through your mind as a commentator? Like, how do you bring hype as a commentator during a match?
Let's see. I be myself and I don't say the N-word, bro.
Okay. Now,
That's about it. But what I wanna I actually don't belittle nobody when I commentate. Never did. Only guys I do it to is like Filipino champ, and then random stars from random movies. You know, whether it be Jean-Claude Van Damme or Chong Li. You know what I mean? Just I don't really belittle nobody on my stream. I don't know how you heard that from. If you ever hear me shitting on somebody, it would be Ryan Ramirez. Eduardo, I think you could vouch.
No. All right, let me clarify. When I say belittle, I just mean like you're poking a little bit of fun. Like if someone's losing to F-Champ really badly, like, you know, 3-0 and he's a guy that you never really heard of. You know, you poke a little fun at him. You don't mean anything. You're just trying to get the hype going. So when you see like some no-name guy that comes out of the woodworks and he's against F-Champ in pools, what goes through your mind as a commentator? Like, how are you gonna bring hype as a commentator?
I want the other guy to beat Ryan Ramirez, and that's how I hype him up. That's how it's always been.
If he's losing and getting his ass kicked, how are you going to commentate?
Just I call it how I see it. He's getting his ass kicked. Don't mean I'm gonna disrespect him.
Exactly.
Just call it how I see it.
You know, you don't. You know, you got nothing against the guy. Just you call it like it is, right? Getting his ass kicked.
That, and I give him some tips in the middle of it, like we should have done this, and the third.
All right, now, Rog, let's say you're playing the no-name guy. What happens if the dude asks you to help him out, like, you know, what he should have done different? Are you going to shit on him and tell him, like, well, I'll tell you after I win the tournament? Or are you going to help him out a little bit?
I always help people when they ask me, like, what am I doing wrong or things like that. You can't even see on my stream, every time I stream and I play one on Stream Monsters, they always ask me, what am I doing wrong, etc. So I'm always trying to help.
Exactly. You know, I see people who are I don't know why, but they're intimidated by you top players. So sometimes they think that, you guys are all about winning. You guys aren't trying to grow the FGC. You guys are just trying to, trying to win. But that ain't true. That ain't true. So let's say, Rog, let's say somebody asks you, well, while the tournament's not going on, or like while you're at like Wednesday night fights, somebody asks you and tries to pick your brain a bit. Are you gonna turn them away, or are you gonna let them pick your brain for like 5 to 10 minutes?
It depends on the mood that I am at, honestly.
Let me answer this question for him. Last time I asked him for info, he made me buy him drinks all night. And then when I said, all right, I bought you drinks all night, can I tell you that? And he'd be like, he said, get fucked, and walked away. I was like, what the hell? Nah. Go ahead, man.
No, but honestly, it depends on the mood. Like, sometimes I just want to stay there and watch, and, like, just try and, like, enjoy everything. But if I'm in the mood of, like, just talking to everybody, then it's fine. I really don't care.
Yeah, so what about you?
Yeah, a lot of people pick my brain, actually, when I'm in tournaments. I don't mind.
Hey, for some reason, that doesn't surprise me. You seem like a nice guy, I'd like to think. Telling people to get hooks in their ass and shit. That makes you a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, like Eduardo said, it does depend on the mood, man. Like, if I'm feeling super shitty, something happened, my stomach hurt or something, you know what I mean? I mean, I'll still be a nice guy, but, like, you know what I mean? Just depends on him. He's right. He's correct.
Oh, no, I understand.
I'm always in a good mood, though, so.
Yeah, like, this comes from, I don't know how long ago, I think like a month ago, somebody came on and was talking to Chris G, and he was like, yeah, but what goes through your mind is you want to body a person, right? You don't like care about helping them out. So let me ask you a question, Rog. When you sit down next to a person that you're playing and you don't know who the fuck he is, what's going through your mind?
Well, honestly, like the first thing that I always try to see is who does he play?
Okay.
After that, I just try to break him down on the first round. Honestly, I don't care who you play after. I don't care how you play. I just gonna want to break you in the first round. And
right. I mean, you're gonna try to do everything that you can to win, right? It's the reason of a tournament. You're trying to win, so you're gonna try to embarrass him, get into his head a little bit. But it's not personal. It's just good business.
Yes.
Yeah. So you do the same thing, I'm sure.
I'm sorry?
You do the same thing? You try to get into anybody's head any way you can, just, try to win, but it's not personal, I'm sure.
I mean, in the game that I play, if I touch him, I don't even really get to see how he plays. So I just gotta kill him first. That's about it.
Yeah.
When you get touched in that game, you don't see skill. You just see the person getting killed.
Yeah. See, you guys aren't bad guys, like, to everybody.
Now, let me ask you a question. What made you ask these questions? Like, people actually think like we're assholes and stuff like that?
No. I just, some people, when I hear like a person like me, like I'm a nobody, I'm just a fan of the show and I'm trying to be an up and comer, but like some people have this thing about top players in other games, like card games or any other type of shit, that top players don't care about the little guy, and unfortunately it's true. But in the FGC, it's not the same thing. Most of us actually care about growth. Most of us actually, want to help the little guy grow. So I was trying to prove to everybody that, these top players, there's no, they don't think any little of you. Yeah, like, they might call you a scrub or something, but that doesn't actually mean they don't want to help you out. It's just everybody was called a scrub at one point, and everybody waits for the day they get to call somebody else a scrub.
Yeah, we were all scrubs back in the day, so that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't a scrub no more, but, I'm not far off. And if I call you a scrub, doesn't mean I hate you. It just means I earn the right to call you a scrub.
It's also part of the tough love shit talk. I mean, that's been going on since fucking Pac-Man. I mean, it's not just a fighting game thing. It's just, too many people in this scene are too concerned with how people are talking to each other when it comes to stuff like that. And again, this comes back to separating hype and shit talk to just being a malicious prick fuck. And that's where the problem is that until we can, again, find some kind of midpoint where we're like, yo, like we got to establish what's crossing the line. Calling girls pro hoes is crossing the line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really is. You know, but you know, and I know because a lot of people, you know, I've gotten, you know, some flack from people because they're like, yo, OBS is going soft. No, I'm real, dudes. I'm 40-something years old. I ain't gonna get shit out of this, dudes. You know, I got a couple of movie roles out of this show, which I'm not gonna fucking complain about. You know, a couple of bucks in my pocket, but I'm not looking to like become the Rush Limbaugh of the FGC. You know, or you know, it's my hobby, dude. You guys are my therapy. But you guys that are actually kind of putting your heart and soul into this, and you're kind of rolling the dice and hoping that this takes off and like puts a good profit in your pocket, you know, you guys got to actually turn around and do your own legwork and police yourselves. I can come on this show every day and go shit, fuck, shit, shit, shit. It means nothing to me. But to you guys, you're the ones who people are going to look into the scene for and say, I really don't want to invest in it. They're going to look at me and go, this fucking old dude's coming on the show and he's just cursing out people, you know, and it doesn't benefit them when they look at it and say, well, how's Eduardo? You know, how's Justin Wong act? How's Yipes act? How's Chris act? How's Mike act? You're the ones that they're going to look at and they're going to basically debate whether to invest or walk the hell away from this. So you guys really have to police this. It's all right.
Well, I mean, take a look at, like, I hate to always bring them up, but take a look at Korn. They are funny as fuck. They are the funniest fucking guys I've ever seen in the FGC. Mr. All Caps, oh my god, that guy is fucking hilarious. But the way that he talks sometimes, is it not going overboard, or is it, you know, is it just under the line where overboard is?
Well,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I come from the old school, so I accept it. But I know
mean, so do I.
to the public, yeah, to the mainstream, it's not gonna be accepted, especially where it's trying to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, because you have like, you know, a 14-year-old or 15-year-old kid that just recently got into fighting games and joined his first tournament.
No, of course, yeah, right.
Yeah, like he faces Mr. All Caps, and All Caps is trying to get into his head and talking smack to him.
Nah, I don't think he ain't gonna go that far. I see him so smack. He doing a grown man. He don't do it in no kid.
Yeah, okay, maybe not a 15-year-old kid, but maybe like, you know, somebody like our age, like 25, 26, something like that, you know?
And by then, if you got enough hair on your nuts, then you heard those words that he's going to say to you before.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So it's like you kind of got to, you know, Adonis, and I've said this before publicly, if I had a kid, I would leave my kid with Adonis before I would 99% of the people in the FGC. Because I know my kid is going to be looked after, and he's going to treat the kid with respect. He just throws out some tough love.
Yeah, and he's got a kid, so I mean, he knows that most of those guys on Korn have kids or family of their own and stuff.
They got real lives.
I mean,
they have real lives.
I mean, we all function as a family anyway. Like Korn is it's not just a gaming group; it's a family. So
right,
like Adonis is like, and the thing is, he's the kind of leader where, you know, he supports everybody. He tries to help everybody get better, but at the same time, he's there for you on some real life type stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Adonis he on his grown man shit, man.
Exactly.
I mean, that's about it in terms of him. I mean, so I have much respect for him. Just, you know, I mean, certain people just don't tolerate his shit. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? That sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but to threaten his kid and shit, that's going a little fucking far.
Yeah, well, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just.
showed him. I said, unmod me, and then he showed me. I wanted to show him how the link works, so I posted a link in the chat, and I got banned immediately in front of him. He's like, "Oh, shit." Well, and then we talked, and it's like it's best for business that I don't mod his chat because people, they're just gonna start shit for no reason. And I'm like, you know what, I agree with that. But originally, Arturo posted on Facebook. He was like, after Evo, when Spooky got that award, he's like, well, he looked at the poverty chat because I'm linked it to him, and they're all like, fuck Spooky, fuck Spooky. He's like, well, I'm going to have some heavy moderation on my chat. I'm like, I'll do it. I don't care what they say about me. And he's like, fuck it, you can stay on my chat. But, you know, Spooky's got a business to run and all that. So
doesn't Spooky have a bot in his stream? Don't people know bots?
No, he doesn't have a bot, but it's some kind of script that if you post a link, you will get banned immediately. And people thought, oh, he's banning challenge brackets so he can post them himself. Half the time, I don't even know where the challenge brackets are.
That sounds like the stupidest fucking thing I think I've ever heard.
I know. I don't
in
post
terms of
brackets.
posting like challenge bracket shits.
Getting banned. Yeah, why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense at all. All I do is I ban the walls of text and the spam and like the over-the-top hate, like "fuck all you niggers, go die." Like seriously.
Yeah, I mean, lately these threads and streams have been getting a little ridiculous with shit like that. I mean, like, you know, I seen the one and like I guess because I'm an old fuck, this whole Reddit thing, you know, ban all niggers in the FGC is a thread that actually stayed open.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah.
But then I turn around and I say fuck Eduardo, and it's like, well, actually no, I'm sorry. Instead of calling Daigo, I call him Diego Un Suarez, and you would have thought I murdered the fucking Pope.
I still laugh at that shit.
You would have thought I murdered the Pope, and that thread's like closed. Get rid of that. But then ban all niggers is okay. I'm like, you got this. You know, that's another thing that they gotta turn around and correct some of this stuff, man. Even in my worst, I've never said something like that.
Right.
You know,
and they want to let that shit fly.
You know,
but I'm Hitler because I banned for it. Okay.
You know, and that's something that, again, it goes to what Eduardo was saying about, you know, people like, you know, top people. There needs to be more top people. Top people don't only come from being good at the game. I don't care how good you are at pushing buttons. Oh, but you're a marketing expert. We need you.
The other problem is that I feel like most of the top players, aside from the obvious ones, they don't know how to talk, man. Like, like if you see me, I come from the East Coast too, you know, but you don't see me saying like the N-word or anything. You don't see me talking Spanish and talking bad Spanish, you know.
Well, wait a minute. You're not from New York. That's why.
No, I'm from Puerto Rico, but I lived in New York and everything. So.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't know. I don't walk up to my black friends and say like, "Hey, nigger, what's up?" Like, that's still kind of fucked up to come from me. Like.
No, but I'm saying like they don't know how to talk. Like when you go to, let's say they get into an interview, they just don't talk right. They're just boring, you know.
Right, basically be marketable, like know how to.
There we go, good stuff. That's the right word. Yes.
I don't want to put him on blast, but like, don't be Chris G. Like, don't sit there and like, you know, beat around the question without an answer and then bitch about how you don't think there's enough money in majors and shit. Like when it comes to
a guy like Chris, man, he's new to all this stuff. At the end of the day,
yeah,
right.
He's new. He's fresh. He's a virgin when pretty much comes to putting himself out there. You know what I mean? Little gradually, he's gonna learn. You know what I'm saying? He's just saying everything of how he feels. He's not thinking in the long run of things of how does his answer affect future people's opinions or, you know what I mean? Whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But he's just. There's nothing. He's not doing anything wrong.
No, I didn't say he was doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, you know, he's
I'm
need to learn.
not saying that you're not. I'm not saying that you are saying that, but I'm just saying that's how it is.
Yeah.
Just saying how it is. That's just how he is.
I mean, perfect example. Look.
Yeah, he's just being himself.
Eduardo, how long do you think you would last with EG if you talk like that?
I wouldn't even be in the team, honestly.
Exactly. You know, within a half hour. Sorry, now, it wouldn't be one of these. We're giving you a warning. Nope, you're gone.
In a half hour, try 10 minutes, bro.
It's like honestly, they do monitor. Like I'm not gonna lie, they do. Like if you post it on Twitter or something, if you start fights and stuff, they do monitor. So like being like I'm not saying be like a saint or anything. Just try to be marketable. Try to be
Gotta
that
have a
person
filter.
The
that
audio's kind of messed up.
What's
that-
that?
Who?
Oh, he was probably talking to someone else. But like,
Oh.
like be that person that they want you to promote. Be that person that from my brand, I'm giving it to you so you can send it to everyone. Be that. Don't be like, oh yeah, I think this, blah blah blah. Be boring. You can't be boring if you want to be on top.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. You can't
mean-
at all.
I think the problem is like giving interviews is actually a skill that a lot of people just unfortunately don't have. Like giving interviews is hard. Like it wasn't easy for me when I first started doing it for the Magic site that I write for. But I grew as a person with it, but it's not easy. I don't know how to teach a person to be good at doing interviews, but I know it's not easy. You can't hate on people for it.
No,
No,
well,
to
you
just
know,
talk to
you know,
people.
you know. Here's a tip I tell people when it comes to like talking, because like I've never really been like, it's never really been hard for me to like give an interview. Like one of the best tips, and I think this is something that everybody should go by, is put a little bit of yourself into the interview. Because a lot of people, when they get into interviews, they try to go by this certain book or set of rules, so it freezes them up because, oh man, if I didn't do this or didn't do that. But like if you watch a lot of like great interviews, and it's not just in gaming but from like anything, it's like it's like a casual conversation, but you still answering the questions that they asking. Because I've done interviews, I've been on shows, 'cause I do music, and I've been on shows. People ask me about this, and it's like talking to a friend. Those are like usually the best interviews. And like a lot of people, when I see like FGC interviews, you have some people that are like kickback. Like case in point, Yipes is pretty like, he got charisma or whatever, and it's like real easy for him to coast through. So, and plus like, he's pretty much himself. He gonna talk to you, because like when he came here and kicked it here and he was commentating at Yumicon, I'm like, yeah, Yipes is comfortable, like he cool, like it's easy for him to coast through an interview. And it's like a lot of people, if they start like doing that, of course you want to have a certain type of etiquette when you talk, but like at the same time, like be yourself and like put you into the interview, and I think it'll be like a little easier for you to like talk, because when you uptight, it's harder to talk. Or if you just nervous, like there's a lot of factors you could factor.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, it's a perfect example with me actually. I went to the cross counter show the first time, right? I was nervous as hell. I guess it was when they did my makeup, dog. I was like, yo, this is some serious shit. Yo, some girl was doing my makeup in the back. I'm like, yo, they potted me up for me just talking on the TV. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably it. But then I actually seen it. Like I seen my own interview. And I was like, damn, I look stiff as hell. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that like that no more. And it's not like I scripted it or anything. It's just like, nah, you know what? I'm just not gonna care. You know what I mean? And it just comes out fine. I just know what not to say, obviously. But
yeah.
I mean, I've done good interviews. I've done some fucking horrendous interviews. I mean, I've done interviews where I'm sitting there, talking, and I'm like, yo, did I just fart? And they're like, oh shit, we're running. And I just say whatever the fuck I want, especially if I'm trashed. But I mean, it gets, it's gone extremely bad where interviews are probably sitting on somebody's. Actually, by now they're probably deleted. But and then there's interviews that I do well. But you're right in the sense of, I try to treat it as just a casual conversation.
Yeah, like that's the best way to go about it. Like it's when
Exactly.
like I said, I learned that early. Like, and now it's easy for me to like, if I have to do an interview, then I can do it. Like, okay, it's no problem.
I think the perfect example of this is Wolf Chrome.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay.
Well, I remember when I used to interview a lot of cats, I used to tell them that, try prepping because I watched a lot of folks that had, like, apparently never been in front of a camera. And, you could just tell that they're awkward and stuff. So I had to basically tell them, look, just relax. I'm not like one of the guys like Barbara Walters or something like that talking to you. Like it's me. Like I'm another person relating to you. Just be yourself. Obviously there's certain things that you should probably carry yourself, but at the end of the day, I want you to be the same person that everybody else in the community relates to and stuff. So, fortunately, when I talked to guys like Yipes and stuff back then, it was like a summer jam. I didn't really have to go to that and stuff because I knew Yipes, Yipes knew me and stuff. So it's easier. But when the great thing is once you have a couple of those under your belt, and then if you go back and you look at yourself, it's like, oh, okay, I should probably loosen up the next time that opportunity comes around and stuff, and then it just becomes more and more easier to just relate to whoever puts a camera in front of your face.
Well, I mean, like, look at what happened when I came on to, to interview Rog and Yipes for a couple minutes. Like, they don't know who the hell I am. I know who they are. They don't know who the hell I am. And I wasn't nervous. I wasn't, like, being stiff. I was just being myself. Like, let me just ask these guys a couple of questions. Let me answer them, and then that'll be that.
Right. But that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, like, I don't like the misconception that people like paint about a lot of the top players, because like I've met and friends with these guys. Like I said, Yipes was here with us in Detroit after YumaCon was over. We was all at Buffalo Wild Wings laughing and having a good time. A lot of these guys are cool people, like, and legit people. Like, you just had to like really talk to them and get to know them. But I mean, don't get me wrong, you have some elitist people. I'm not going to act like they don't exist, because in order for that to be said, somebody has to exist that's like that. It's not just pulled out of your ass. But like a lot of players are like cool people. Like I've got to meet a lot of people since I started competing like a year ago. Like, and it's really like you can't basically like you can't. It's like it's the same thing as a lot of people that misconcept about corn. Corn, we just like to bring hype. We there to enjoy and play these games just like everybody else. But we like to bring the hype, and a lot of people like when we at the events because of the hype we bring. Well, it's no different, because I'm about to say, if it wasn't corn, if it was somebody else, like, would you be the same like way toward that? It's just trying to bring hype to the event. Because perfect example, another Michigan player that we know from here. Matter of fact, he just joined Corn. He's a Marvel player. Young guy, Omega. We call him Omega Shotgun. He said he went to Evo, and he was saying some of like the Corn sayings, and people was looking at him like he was crazy, and he was just hype. This was like during Marvel, so I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is I'm like, is this the FGC or the Boston Tea Party? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. Like, or is this Tiger Woods playing golf?
Man, he was
like,
probably just around some stiffs, man.
And that's what it is. It's being around. You get these stiffs that again, everybody wants to have. Not everybody. There's a group of people that want to bring the hype, bring the noise, bring the games. And then there's people that just want to bring suit and tie, professionalism, no shit talk, just play your game and go home.
But this is the FGC.
Exactly.
Like,
we're not modeled.
You know what's really sad about that, though? Like, I was watching SCR, and I'm looking at James Chen and Ultra David, and they're in suit and ties and shit. And no offense to Ringe and Genesis, but those two were the hypest commentators all weekend. And Ringe and Genesis, well, first of all, Genesis isn't funny at all. I'm sorry, Doopy. You're just not funny. And Ringe is like trying to be over professional with it. Like, yeah, I know what a foot dive is. You don't need to explain it for 2 minutes. Like, get hype. Like, be happy that F-Champ is whooping someone's ass all over.
Like, first off, SCR was a great tournament. I watched
fucking awesome.
I don't think nobody's disputing that.
The entire weekend. And like I said, Awardo or PR, I was hearing what you're saying about the whole Coast Wars thing. Quite personally, because after K-Brad beat Infiltration, I was hype. I was going nuts.
I was so happy.
I was like I put my status on Facebook. I was like, K-Brad, America protected home. And that's what it was. Whether, West, like, if anybody from any coast win, you know, if you going against somebody that's not in America and you American, like, yo, regardless of coast, we rooting for that person because they're American.
Exactly.
They're protecting the home.
Like how many people think we're probably like, what the fuck is Eduardo doing coaching K-Brad? Because K-Brad's from the West
I'm
Coast.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't
like-
think people looked at it like that, man. I think off jump when people seen K-Brad and Eduardo's like, all right, yeah, they're good friends and they're going against the opposition, which is the international.
Yeah, but
That's
you want to
about
know
it.
something. But you want to know something, and this is, and again, I'm not trying to turn the country against the players, the international players, but there's people from America that are rooting against America. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
It's
mean, yo,
true.
look. At the end of the day, there's fans, man. There's nothing you can do. But
Yeah.
It's
they
true.
fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I know there's people that want Infiltration to do better than K-Brad and Eduardo. There's people out there like that. Let me see. Who is it that I like that actually sometimes want to win? Oh, at the Momochi. I'm a big Momochi fan. Sometimes I root against America. You know what I mean? Because I'm that's that much of a fan. You feel what I'm saying? But of course, if they go against my boys, like hell nah. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At
Like-
the end of, you know what I mean? This is how I see it, man.
Like I'm a big fan of Daigo, but it takes a lot, and it takes a lot for me to root against Daigo. But sometimes, you know, if I see like Eduardo facing Daigo or somebody, I'd probably root for Eduardo just because it's like, you know, I'd rather see America win.
Yeah, you want to see America protect home. Like when the match started, I was like, yo, I'm riding with K-Brad. I want America to win. I do not want this international player to come in here and win. Like, you know, and that's when and it's kind of like that because when the internationals come here, they come into home court. This is home court.
Yeah.
It's no different from
Yeah.
any other team. Like if it's a sport, if a team coming to my house, I'm gonna protect my house. And that's as simple as that. Like I don't care what coach you from. If you going against an international player, yo, bust that player ass.
Listen, when I met Diego over at NYU, all right, he was the nicest guy in the world. I even told him, I said, let's go out for drinks, but his manager's like, you know, he's tired, and I said, all right, no problem. But if he plays somebody else, I don't care if it's somebody I never heard of. I'm rooting for that dude if he's from America.
Yo, real talk, Daigo's like the Michael fucking Jackson of the FGC, man. that dude's got more fans than fucking Prince gets women, I swear to God. But like,
I don't know about all that.
I don't know
I
about
don't
that.
know about that.
Prince that had a lot.
Prince
man.
gets that ass.
Prince,
But like,
Prince, baby, that's Purple Rain, man.
if you look at like old ass videos of like, you know, them of like Daigo like going just on a simple bus ride, people from America, yo, people fucking savages back then. Like people would get in his face and shit.
I tell you the thing about Daigo, man. He was at the right place at the right time, man.
Like fatality.
He was at the right place at the right time. That's how it works. To be honest, that's actually one of my like philosophies. I would say, like shit just happens, but if you're at the right place at the right time to represent what you did, it could go up or down from there. It just depends on how you use it. For example, that Perry video with Justin. I mean, come on, man. I remember.
Oh, that's like the best
I remember when I seen the video the next day in 04 on my computer. You know what I mean? And I remember that like it got like already like 100K views, just crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I come back to it, it's like 1 million on it. You feel what I'm saying? He made history. I mean, you got to be at the right place at the right time. That's just how it goes down.
I mean,
Yeah.
if like that video, like
That's a
that made
classic
Snake
moment,
Eyes
though.
play, man.
Oh man, I was just about to bring that up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Snake Eyes at
Shit.
SCR. Oh my god.
Like he'll always tell people that video is what made him like, you know, want to play. And look at how good Snake Eyes is, man. I wouldn't want to fucking face that dude in a tournament.
Like I was not.
I would not want to face that dude.
I was not expecting him to like just come back like that because
I was-
it looked. I was watching, like I said, I watched all weekend, and it looked dire. And then when he performed like that, because it's already blowing up on YouTube. I favorited all 3 parts of the videos that's posted on YouTube because that just made me go, wow. It make you want to play Zangief, like watching it.
That made me want to pick up Zangief and Ultra, man. Like,
In top 8, Snake Eyes adopted the just and wrong rule. No one wanted to bet against him, even in 7-3s. No,
Yo,
it was quiet.
Real talk, I would never bet against Snake Eyes. I would
bet
bet on
against him,
Snake
I won.
Eyes if he was fighting me.
I bet against him, and I won this.
Man, I couldn't get any.
I did bet against him.
I only got one.
That Oni though.
Yeah, I got Oni that 7-3. That hard 7-3. I'll take that. But against Do and I Peru got a few, but against Do, no one wants to bet against him.
I Peru was on a mission at SCR to prove something.
Yeah,
That dude was playing.
be nice to see him win.
Yeah, I think a lot of players at SCR really like. I think that's one thing. Another thing that made SCR so good was that a lot of players were playing like they were really hungry.
Yeah,
and
which is good. We need that.
Oh yeah, we definitely need that. Like a lot of players, like every tourney I watched, it was like people like really trying to fight to win. Regardless of what game it was.
I think it was the way that the tournament was ran. I think it made people like want to take it more seriously. We need that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what makes that tournament good, right? Like Eduardo, I saw you said something about you gotta play really early, right? In your polls.
Yeah, he said 10 o'clock.
You gotta play real early, right? But I'm pretty sure since it was so entertaining, you didn't mind, right?
I didn't. Yeah.
You feel me? So like the event itself just looked entertaining as hell. Everybody was at a good vibe. When I saw on the cam, everybody was chilling. You know what I mean? Because what happens sometimes is when you wait for a tournament, you wait to play your polls or whatever. There's nothing in the meantime to do. You're either gonna be on your phone, you go walk around the venue. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing really to do. But when you got something like that where everybody's interacting, everybody's cool, it makes it interesting and just you know what I mean. And time flies. But like, okay, I gotta play my match now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever, like, you know that the stream had a lot of time breaks, etc. But all that time, even at like 9 a.m., that we all had to wake up and go to the venue, like, I'm not gonna lie, the venue was always full. I was impressed. I was like, wow, like honestly, like, what the fuck? I never seen that in a tournament ever. Every time, every time I go to a tournament and like I wake up early, it's usually just the people playing on the pools.
People straggling in there.
Yeah.
The last tourney I seen like that was it was when my first one, final round last year, and I came down from my room and I was looking and I was like, is it this many people playing right now? And I was like, no, there's a lot of spectators and like there was a lot going on. And I was like, wow, really? And like one of the hype points of that was a lot of like the team stuff that goes on. This is one reason why I'm looking forward to like Curly Mustache and all like the other team events, because I enjoy watching them. So like, but that type of stuff, like doing that, a lot of people would just be in there. You have like a lot of like these aren't just players; these are a lot of spectators, players watching. Like, but when you have that going, you know, it's gonna attract people to like really be there. That's why I was almost every time they put the camera on like the back room at SCR, it was like a ton of people. I'm like, man, it's like free before 11 or something like that. I don't know what like what it is. Like all these people, but hey, I mean, it's always good to see that though. That just means that your event is running smoothly. The environment isn't like, you know, out of hand. You know, everybody's enjoying themselves, having a good time, like the whole nine. And
dude, and the other thing is that the venue is not even close to the hotel. We had to take a van and drive.
Or so carpool.
That's a drag.
That was a pain, but it was worth it.
How far was it from the hotel?
It was like 6 or 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Yeah, that's right.
You going right now?
Yeah, because wasn't it at university?
UCI.
I believe.
Yeah,
UCI.
Yeah.
Hey, Devil, did you ban anybody in my channel? Because why am I getting this question on Ask FM? Why is the best SCR 2014 Injustice commentator, DevilMaySpy, banning people in your OBS Twitch channel? I thought you said no one was going to be banned and be able to free talk in this chat.
Yeah, I banned the guy for posting porn in your chat. You will scroll up.
And I wonder who the hell posted that.
Look, his name's Piglin. Scroll all the way up. It says Naked Riley. Click that deleted message. So that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Told you. That's that shit. I banned somebody for porn or wallet text like, oh, you're evil, you're hidden, I hate you.
You're evil, man.
Hey, how do I get to be a mod in your chat so people can talk
Fucking
shit
stupid.
about me?
Well, you got to do what he did.
These stream monsters be something else, man.
I request you mod me right now.
I request you do what DevilMaySpy did to get that mod chip.
I have no idea what that was.
You'll figure it out. When's the next event you're going to? Final round, which I'm not going to, by the way.
Who, me?
No, Abe.
Okay.
Or was that Mike or Abe?
Me.
Oh, my bad. Yeah,
I say I'll be at FR. I said I gotta make it back because I enjoyed last year
That's
like
gonna
so
be the
much.
event.
I so want to go.
My plans fell through. I was gonna go too.
Hey guys, I have to leave.
Yo, James, just fly in after
about you?
your shift, man.
Let
Yeah,
Ed.
Eduardo.
All right, Mr. See, Mr.
All right,
Ed,
man.
wasn't that painful, was it?
No, it wasn't. But
Alright,
it was kind of
better
painful for my freaking sinus or something.
But that's
whatever I
because, you
have.
know why that is? Because you're a bitch.
Yeah. Shout out to the bitches.
Oh.
I still got a bottle for you next time we meet.
Cool. Just let me know, man. Let me know.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on, though.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All
Bye,
right,
Ed.
be-
And later, everyone.
Later.
all right, be easy, PR.
Hold on, James. Your Ask FM said best injustice commentator.
Why?
That just
are
registered.
you gonna roll point out now?
That just hit me right now.
Too.
Wait a minute.
Like, hold on.
Yo, stop
What?
banning guys, dog.
So did you
My
work
bad,
on?
dog.
So Devil, did you work on my accent, or do I still sound like I'm from fucking Boston?
Dude, I just do generic northern accent for you. And generic smoker. Gotta think about it.
It's really not hard to talk like James. All you gotta do is come to Brooklyn for like 2 days, smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes in an hour, and there you go.
Oh
not that
man,
hard.
wow.
The old Blair show, we're back on Twitch.
Dude, I sound
No,
like
seriously, it's not that hard. I haven't smoked in years, but it's like, let me see if I can gather up my Brooklyn accent.
right now.
Like, so let me ask you all a question. So what do you think about, the leagues and all this stuff that Eduardo just fucking
See,
talked about?
first of all, here's your problem. Here's your problem. You only used one curse in a whole paragraph, which is
Okay, yeah, that is true.
I mean, yeah,
My fucking bad, James. Would you calm the fuck down? Doing my best here.
shut the fuck up. I'll turn the fucking stream off. I'll fucking turn this shit off now.
You calm down or I'm dropping the call. I'm sick of your bullshit.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So
Impressions,
man.
man. My favorite is Chris G. I just sound like an old Jewish man when he complains.
Oh my
I
god.
can't even do. I can try to do Chris G.
funny.
It's so hard to do Chris G.
The monitor's lagging. Like, how do you not see that? I can't even solve this.
Like that dude.
I can't play with you. I can't do Hadokens. Like, what?
That dude. Has
How is Morgan top tier?
That dude has more of a New York accent than I've seen a person living here for like 1,000 fucking years.
Can
man.
somebody
How
tell
he
me how Morgan is top tier? I don't get it. Like,
It's
what?
like, what are you talking about, man? Everybody knows
Yo,
that Morgan's not
that shit is
fucking top
damn near
tier this
spot
game.
on.
I still say your Triforce is the best one you got.
Man, I haven't practiced that in a year.
Yo, remember when he did F
Orlando?
He actually trolled
Oh, yeah.
Triforce and he thought it was the real one.
Oh man, that was awesome.
The F champ. He's like, Ryan, you're being really disrespectful right now. I don't appreciate that. That was funny.
Shit. So fucking embarrassed when he found out too.
I'm taking a voice acting class to perfect it. I want to do this professionally. It's fun.
Oh my god. Alright. I gotta
Did you find him?
no, I actually gotta reach out to him again. I gotta drop this call for 1 second. I'll call you back. I don't know, fucking this shit just locked up.
All right.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna go downstairs and get something to eat, man. That hot pocket shit still got me going.
Oh man.
I'll be back on in a second. I'm going downstairs.
Yeah.
Alright, Yipes.
Oh God! All right, let me fucking reset this quick. No, 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 no. Come on, what the fuck? This guy is fucking locked up on me. Alright, there we go. Yeah, you hear me. Yeah, I got you transferred to my phone while I transfer the call back and forth between the fucking app and that. Skype, man. Hold on.
We back now?
Yeah, we're back.
All right.
Yipes is the only one that's not back yet.
We're back.
Alright, what's better? I don't know what the fucking sound thing's really pissing me off though. I gotta figure out what the hell that is.
That's technology for you.
You sure it's not XSplit?
No, it's not XSplit.
I don't know what it
Scooby,
is.
please.
At night, fucking Twitch does a lot of weird shit to me.
I just came, like I said, because last week I took off, and when I came back and looked at the shit today, Ustream updated their GUI and Twitch updated their GUI. So I'm like, what the fuck, man?
It's probably just a bunch of bugs. I wouldn't think anything wrong
I'm
with it.
sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, update with bugs, and then it's probably gonna be another update drop soon.
You remember when? I remember when fucking we updated to iOS 7. All shit went broke.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, neither do I. But are you really bringing fucking Ryan on tonight?
Nah, I tried. I gotta see where the fuck he is. I gotta message him again.
Oh, I would have loved to make fun of him.
Wow.
Nah, come on, like it's fun. It's fun to bullshit with Ryan because like he's the type of person he's the perfect villain of the FGC. Like the way that he was shit talking in SCR, it's like that Kid Rock song. Like it's not being cocky if you can back that shit up, and he backs up.
He backs
every
up what he
fucking
says.
thing, what he says.
and it's fun. It's fun the way he did
And
that.
it's
It's just
funny.
like Gutex was asking the question, and he's like, "So you the evil champion?" He's like, "Yo, let's move on. Let's not talk about that." And, I was
And
just
he shit on the East Coast, and like as far as our Marvel goes, like even Chris G left. Like, do we really have any standing? Like we got nothing left.
I don't know, man.
Like we got Ray and we got Flux, and that's really good.
You got Yipes.
Oh, but
Oh yeah, we got Yipes.
I'm about to say you still got Yipes.
What happened
Yes.
to the devil?
He dropped off.
I will say this though, I really was hyped when the MVC2 exhibition between
Oh my
Jay Wong and Chaos was going on. Justin put the hands on him though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Put
throwback.
the hands on him.
I can't
man.
wait to see the run back of that.
Oh my! You know what? In all honesty, do we really want to see a run back though?
I do. It'd be fun to watch Chaos get his ass whooped again.
Again, Justin showed.
No,
like,
you know what it is?
Let's be real. That you could call that Justin Wong Marvel versus Capcom 2.
No,
'cause
but-
that's practically his game. Like that, there's nobody that could really like dominate him in that
I
game.
mean, MVC3 just isn't what MVC2 was. Like how long
No,
has
it's
the game
not.
been around? Like
It's not.
fucking yeah, it's been around
Yeah,
for like
and
14
it never really will be.
No, it won't. Like the fact that MVC2 that game came out about 14 years ago. At this
we're still
point,
discovering shit in it.
and you still have exhibitions and people still playing it and people still requesting it, and it's still being able to be played online and things like that. Like, I don't see Marvel 3 going that far. Not that far.
I see.
You had a way bigger net. You had people so at least as far as like defining an order East Coast, you had Desmond, you had Josh Wigfall, Mike D, Liston, Eddie. Like, the list just goes on and on and on. And you had the guys in the West Coast, Duck Dude and stuff, and all the other cats that was holding it down. And it was just way, way better to watch matches back then.
Like, I'm still dying to watch, like, you know, Schmidt against, like, the World. Like, I'm still dying to watch Chris against the World.
Yeah, but I don't see Marvel 3 going that far. I think in all honesty, we'll probably see maybe in another, I don't know, I want to say 2 years or so, we might see, if possible, Marvel 4, but I don't know for sure because licensing issues.
I don't think we're going to see another Marvel versus Capcom game at all.
Yeah, we might not. Yeah, it might just be the end at 3, but the lifespan, I don't see it going far. Not on no 10+ year mark. No.
People are going to vote for MVC 2 to come back. Like, in my opinion, MVC 2 is where it began and where it dies. And the problem is, we're going to have to come to the conclusion we're all going to get our ass kicked by Justin. We'll never fucking win.
Because that's his game.
Like, you think Mike Ross getting 4th place is funny enough? Like, watch until everybody gets 2nd place and bitches about it.
Right, man. Like, but and the thing with Street Fighter 4, it basically, matter of fact, I want to pan this question: how do y'all feel about the whole edition select thing and it already being talk about it being banned?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
I didn't keep it though, but like, quite personally, I think it would make for interesting matches just to see that, because a lot of people were super hyped when it got announced.
Yeah, I got hyped for it. To paraphrase basically what both Yipes and PR Rock actually said to it, is that Ultra needs time to rock by itself.
Yeah.
If you bring that out now, it really defeats the purpose. If anything, it looks hypocritical to say, okay, look, we made all these nerfs and these buffs, and you know what? Screw all that.
Screw it.
Go nuts.
Agree with that. Like, what was the point of even like making Ultra then?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, after a while, because I saw a lot of people on my Facebook friend list and Twitter, and people were like a little bit upset about it. But at the same time, you had to think about what people had to think about with Ultra is that this is a brand new entry, and you want to have those events that runs like the actual mechanics of this new game, because this is a whole new iteration of it. Mm-hmm. And you got to see how, all these nerfs and all these buffs and all like how this version of the game plays out first before you could open up the door to possibly, okay, we're going to have a tournament where you could use any edition versus any edition, because naturally, if they were to allow that from the gate, Capcom wasted their time making Ultra then.
Right.
Like, you could. I mean, like, here's the problem. Like, how many people are going to join the Ultra tournament instead of like the pick your own version tournament? Like, which one are people going to find better? Like, you're gonna probably lose. I guarantee you're going to lose money, because the pick your version tournament is just better because now you get the best version of your character.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, they felt that, as far as some of the people that actually been around for a bit, was that it's a step backwards, because it's like, okay, we spent all this time, working on this, and now we're going back to say like the previous versions. But it can also be argued, okay, we didn't have the knowledge that we did back then. So now imagine if we could go back and play those characters with all of that knowledge that's actually been accrued over the time and stuff, and just revisit it. But
Yeah.
basically, like, because I was personally hyped for it, so I don't want to basically sound like
I
I'm
think
against
everybody
it.
was hyped for it.
I was very
Oh yeah,
excited. about it.
everybody was.
Everybody was
Yeah.
hyped.
You know, because
like,
it's great. It's great to
I'll-
have that.
I'll be real about it though. I think Capcom royally fucked up by putting it in this. I think they could have made that their own game. I think
Capcom is honestly looking at their downswing into
They're
the.
looking at a profit margin. They're trying to save.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
trying to save face. They're trying to stay open.
They are. They
yeah,
are.
but they could have made that its own game. Like they could have just had Ultra for like the next
Oh,
2 years.
But
or
you
something.
can't
But
because here's the problem.
Yeah.
You're not making money.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you got to look at this is still a business. So the next move that's going to be made is how do we save our business? Because, you know, with no business, there's no more Capcom. So it's like.
And
you
there was a
gotta-
huge period where there was no fighting games. We were like, damn, ain't nothing to play.
This look, my honest opinion, and it sucks to say this because I really wish it wasn't true. The fighting game market is gonna die, and I'm not talking Triforce burn it down. I'm just talking. It's not enough of a group of people non FGC related going out and buying these games.
Yeah, to help to sustain it.
You know,
You know-
if 10,000 people from the fighting game community buy the game, that's 1/10 of what the sales are predicted to be.
We know the reason
We're
that is, right?
basically a pebble in the ocean.
Like, see, like James, this like way back on the other episode when we was talking about like the actual state of the FGC. When I had brought up that point that fighting games will never see the numbers of a Call of Duty or a Madden or anything of that nature because those genres have ridiculous size audiences. Like I look at case point one game for reference, NBA 2K11. When Jordan signed on, that year alone, that version of 2K moved 5 million copies just by itself.
It was a little bit more than that, but close enough, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, you know, around it, like it was a little more than that, but like 5 million roughly.
It moved.
It moved. It basically moved numbers. And fighting game companies are hoping, you know, to see something like that. Now, the last great insurgence of fighting game sales I remember was when MK9 first dropped. That's because that moved like 2 million, like really quick, like it was shockingly.
Yeah,
Did KI even
both
come
Street
close
Fighter
to
and MK both like saw like a good clip, and then I would say
Yeah, they both saw some type of number. But I know MK9 was like wow.
Yeah,
Because I remember
And
I bought MK9.
But
As
now,
anticipated-
but now you know why this happens, because and this is the problem with a lot of these developers, is they are giving and this is the one thing, you know, with Ed Boon, you know, since I've known Ed in 25 or 20 years, whatever it's been, he always likes to put something dramatically new in it. When did it do its most stagnant? When it went to the 3Ds. You know,
Yeah, it did.
with the Deadly Alliances and the
Oh man.
the dual douchebags, Deadly Alliance,
Yeah,
Dick
all
Dodges,
Deception,
Dick Dodges, Deceptions, all the other shit.
Armageddon, which was so horrible. Armageddon was just bad.
and then it was versus Marvel.
DC.
No, DC.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that game was terrible
That game
too.
made one of my friends think he's good at fighting games, and it kills me inside.
Oh my
Game
god!
versus
Like every, you know what? Everybody that played that game thought they were just incredible.
That was the precursor.
then-
That game
stuff
had like three different characters, and all you did was spam 3 different moves, and you.
They play
That was-
MK9 and get bust, like get raped. Like, well, no, let's play this DC. No, that's not a real fighter.
No.
No.
You know, and when you looked at Street Fighter 3 to 4, though it milked on 3 as well, you know, between the EXs and the turbos and the twisters and the this and that, it was still a dramatic enough of a change from 3 to 4. But it's like, you know, again, this is what I was saying earlier. they like to ultimately stretch it out. It's like Street Fighter 3, Ultra Turbo, Quick Punch, Slow Punch, No Punch, speaking spells, Turbo 3, whatever.
It was
Super Street Fighter 4 Ultimate Arcade Edition, Smash Brothers.
I tell people, and Ultra is gonna extend. Like I said, we're not seeing a SF5 anytime soon.
No, because they don't have any concept for it right now.
No, they don't, and then they're in trouble. So they're trying to do. They're basically Street Fighter right now is what they really have. That's really like trying to keep them afloat right now. Yeah. In all honesty, because
Capcom doesn't want to solely rely on Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, I know they don't, but
you can respect them for that though.
You can, but you gotta admit that's a big title for them right now.
Oh, it truly is.
A lot of people are still playing. Like I said, remember this game came out in 2009. This is 2013 now.
Yeah, I mean it was
2014. This is 2014 now.
14. It's 5 years ago now. It's 5 long years ago.
And the other thing with Mortal Kombat is it's in every 2.5 to 3.5 year.
Right.
Turnaround.
Yeah, it is.
And now we could all debate, and exactly what it is a debate. We could debate on who's better engine, different engines, dudes. I'm sick of hearing that debate. And again, I understand that, like what PR was saying as far as, taking some of the lesser known games out. You're trying to grow this, not shrink.
You are. Yeah. You're not trying to consolidate.
And it's kind of like if you can't have a player as a fan, at least have a game as a fan.
Yeah.
Now I'm not telling you if you're a Street Fighter fan, hate MK, or an MK and hate KOF. I'm just saying if you're gonna come into this scene and you want to join the esports thing, that again, I've talked about this for the last couple of weeks, but reality is I don't see it happening.
It's never gonna happen.
No,
every time I speak about it, it's a matter of trying to guide people to how to make it happen. If at all possible, it'll happen. Man, that shit ain't gonna fucking happen.
It's sad too, man, because I mean we have pretty much a pretty broad community, and yet we still are one of the most underdeveloped.
I've been coming on this show for the last month and a half, week after week, and yelling at everybody that I can think of to try and get people to understand that this can easily go to esports and it can easily be where the fuck League of Legends is. But nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
You know what? There are. I mean, look, and again, I'm not shitting on any TO. This is just from my experience. I know Alex puts in a lot of heart into his event. I know Jeff Bailey puts a lot of heart into his event. But I just feel, and this is a personal feeling, it's nothing against all, Shin and E, maybe it's a little East Coast bias, put the most heart into their events, not just for the FGC, for the event in general. I mean, at Winterboro, Eric brought in Gears of War, which did phenomenal.
Yeah, it did. I heard about that.
And it went till fucking 3:34 in the morning.
Yeah, that thing was still going on. It's crazy.
It made me upset I didn't get to go.
See, the thing with Larry, shout out to Larry and Eric. They really, what I like about them and really appreciate them is that they interact with all the communities. Like you will see them in these groups talking to the players, asking for ideas, suggestions, and all types of stuff. Like they're really those two have to be like two of the most active like TOs I've seen as far as like getting out there and really. But you have to do that because when they do that, that allows them to make their events as good as they are. Because this is why most of the time when they have events, I try to make it to them, because I know it's going to be a great event. Period.
Well, they're veterans, man. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
Come on, like you take Big E. I actually went to the very, very first event that he went, which was NEC. That was before any of these other events actually existed. And it was at University Pinball, you know. We came out there, we was like, you know, okay. But, you know, look at it now and stuff. It's in a ballroom. He gets way bigger numbers than what he used to attract in that one arcade. And he, you know, he's got a lot of help. The guy just got a lot of heart, you know, for the community and stuff. He's always willing to try to help out people and stuff. And just to make what he's doing, not only his events better, but just to try to network and get other people and stuff to get their better their events to be better.
Well,
when you start doing like the qualifiers.
The reality of it is that the people on the West Coast, and this isn't a pot shot at any of the TOs. This isn't a pot shot at Wtih or Mr. Wizard or anybody, because I like what they do, especially Wtih. I think Wtih is the best tournament organizer on the West Coast, and I'll gladly say that to anybody. But outside of Wtih, they all have that Hollywood profile, and they don't think they need to change anything, because all of the bigger events like SCR, NCR, especially Evo, is on the West Coast. It's the big event where where everybody who travels internationally goes to. On the East Coast, it's not like that. But I truly think that we have the better tournament organizers, because Big E doesn't run a tournament like Evo, which makes him have to care about, building it through asking people questions and being a real part of the community. But at the same time, I know that even if he was, running a tournament like Evo, he would still be doing it just because of the person that he is.
Yeah.
Right.
And, honestly, like, the people on the East Coast, we just care a little bit more.
Like my whole, it's like the whole thing. With Evo this year, it's not really gonna have like 3D games, which is kind of a downer, because you want the community to come to your
I think
event.
It's a spit in the face.
It is. It really is, because we all know that Mr. Wizard is pro Capcom, pro 2D, whatever.
No, he's pro making money, is what he is.
Yeah, that too.
And again, there's nothing. Again, I reiterate this. There's nothing wrong. I hear people. I hear people.
There's nothing wrong with making money. Like I said, it's a business to this too. It's the business side. But as far as that, if you want everybody, because the thing is, as a TO, I want everybody to come to my event, like period.
Right.
Whether you're a 2D player, 3D player, or a spectator, I want you to come to my event. So, yeah, I'm trying to make money, of course, but I want the more people that come to your event, the more money is guaranteed. So it's like, yeah.
There's a fine line between making money. There's a very, very fine line between wanting to make money just for money and wanting to make money while actually at the same time making progress and leaving your stamp on something for the future. When you, I know this is going to sound corny, right? But, when you look at a TV show like Dr. Phil, he's not actually doing the fucking TV show just to make money. That's a big-ass part of it, but he's also trying to help people.
Yeah, but, here's the big problem, with somebody like Dr. Jerkoff, Dr. Phil.
Call the worst of that.
He's the typical example of when they lose sight of the reason they do things.
I agree with that.
And now, it's like when I originally conceived this show with Natus, yeah, we're putting people on blast, but I also wanted to resolve the issues. It was, I know a lot of people man, there's this guy, JamessMK, and he just goes on a show, and he tells everybody to suck his dick and cup his balls, and he just blatantly blurts shit out like a kid with Tourette's, and he says these mean things to people, and,
To be fair, we're from New York. We kind of do that on a regular basis.
but it's...
They saw it as the Jerry Springer of the Ep86.
And they're like, but it's funny, but he's a dick. And I'm like, did you ever meet me? Did you ever come to an event and meet me? Did I tell anybody? I actually, Limbo Dog, I told him to suck my dick, cut my balls, and then I told him I want to bang his wife, but, hey, he gets that for all that fucking times he told me I wanted to bang my wife, so payback's a bitch.
Let me tell you, I've been watching this show for a nice amount of time, and I've finally met James at Summer Jam 7.
Yep.
It was the Injustice, by the Injustice room. We were headed toward there. I had my drink in my hand. He had his. We chopped it up. I'm like, yeah, okay. James is a real cool, 100% genuine dude. So and then I guess it's natural because here in Detroit, we talk shit and whatever. Now I think that's why Detroit New Yorkers can
vibe
coincide
well.
and get along because it's pretty much like the same.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we're real,
we can't
Straight
walk
up.
the streets at night here because we'll get shot. We definitely can't walk the streets at night there because we'll get shot.
Yeah, same struggle, same struggle, same struggle. You do
You
not
guys
want to
got
be.
pawn shops on every fucking block. We got fucking pawn
I'll
shops
shoot.
on
I'll
the
shoot
block.
people in New York. I'll shoot people in Detroit. Same struggle.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got fucking first world problems here, man.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
But
No,
a lot of people that they draw up the misconception about OBS. It like I said, it's no difference of how they try to do corn. They see all our videos on YouTube and like, oh, these guys are ignorant monkeys, they're niggers, they're all this. Like they'll say, I done seen everything, and to them people, I'd be like, well, you know that majority of us are either in college or graduated, have nice jobs, take care of ourselves and all that. I'll go on a limb. I'm like, to be honest, we one of the most well put together groups, and we're not sponsored. This is all, when you see us coming, this is coming out of our pocket. We do that. We come to the events on our own dime. Like me, I'm coming to final round. I'm coming on my own dime. I got an executive suite. It's me, Footwork, and a few of us coming down there. We coming on our dime. I'm flying down there. He flying down there. Like this is all coming out of our pocket. We not sponsored, but we love.
Are you guys gonna be in the Curly Mustache event?
You know what? Not everybody in our team, our Marvel team, is coming, so I'm not 100% sure. I know Footwork wants to play though. Like he's fiending to play Marvel.
I have a request. I want you guys to play against whatever team Noel Brown is in. And I want you guys to beat him and absolutely troll the living motherfucking shit out of him.
That's gonna happen.
So that whenever I see Noel, like, he's down 2-0, and then he comes back with a Phoenix team and he starts screaming, "Best in the world! Best in the world!" I just want to see someone do it to him. I just want I like Noel. He's been good to me when I see him in X level, but I just want to see the look on his face. I just want to see it. I just want to see it.
At our tournament here in Yumacon, he was here, and our corn player, Almighty LPZ, beat him. It was a real close. Matter of fact, that match is on YouTube. And man, when Larry beat him, I felt bad for Noel because everybody was going in. You can't fuck with us, and it was, oh my god, the hype just swallowed it. I'm like, you here in Detroit, you in home field. Oh, you gonna get trolled to no end.
Instead of listening to Kanye West, now he's listening to fucking Celine Dion. Titanic.
But as far as the Curly Mustache, I know Corn had a slot, but I know not all of Corn Marvel is coming. So I'm not. I know Footwork wants to play though. Footwork is hungry. Footwork is trying to get back out there as a player. I fully support him on that because Footwork can be when he's on it and really tries to focus, he could be a great player. So it's I really look forward. I'm looking forward to Curly Mustache period because I enjoyed it when I went to NEC and I peeped it there, and our corn players had did some damage there. So I'm looking forward to it. But as far as that, I'm not even sure. I mean, I know Footwork might try to compete in it, but he might be on. I don't know whether it's a corn team or a Midwest or whatever happens. I just know he's trying to play though. But
I mean, you guys are doing it the right way. You guys got real life shit. So.
Oh yeah.
When this shit burns down, as Triforce says, you guys won't have a fucking problem.
I mean, at the
they'll
end
still
of the
be
day,
sponsored by JOB.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like at the end of the day, this is just a hobby that all of us enjoy doing. Like this is not no end all or be all for us. We come to these events because we simply enjoy fighting games. It's as simple as that. I think a lot of people lose sight of that. That you know, at the end, this is something we grew up, like most of us grew up and been playing these games for 10+ years.
Oh
Most
hell
of it.
yeah.
So it's like, you know, you growing up, you enjoy it. Like I know me personally, I've all these games I done played before, like and like what people need to realize is that yeah, this eventually is going to tank. So it's either that's why it's more
Enjoy what
important.
you got, because when it's
Exactly.
gone, your ass is going to be working a job.
Exactly. Exactly. But you know, if people wanted to thrive, like more people gotta get out there and like make the moves. But you know, ain't nobody gonna do that really. So you know, when it does crash and burn, like what are you gonna have to fall back on? So
You
like
know
to the,
what? You know what,
and that's
Maxter? I'm sorry, but real quick, you know what, Maxter?
it.
I see what you're saying, and I fully agree with you. No, you know, a shout outs to Henry Sen for what he does, but Henry's got to change the fucking location of that store. Because that store's a bitch and
It
fucking have to
it
get
is
to.
so hard to get to. It's
It's
ridiculous.
just even for me, and I fucking live in Brooklyn. And it's like
Where's
an
that
hour
at?
away from
What do you
me.
mean? Next level
Next
arcade?
level, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
next
Shit,
level.
the cops found it just fine. The cops was there in 45 minutes flat to get his goofy ass.
Yo,
Them niggas didn't even have,
I heard
wait,
yo,
wait. What
I
is
heard
this?
that getting to next level is like hell and
it
back.
is hard. If
It
you,
is hell and back.
If you slumming it, it's hard because you gotta take the trains and you gotta walk and it's
Like
just,
I gotta take a fucking 40-minute train ride from where
Yeah.
I live, and
It's
then
really
I
bad,
gotta
bro.
fucking walk for like 10 minutes through fucking
Yeah.
Spanish mafia. I
Man.
The chupacabras.
and I gotta like not even that. I gotta take a fucking 20-minute train ride.
Oh my
Switch to
God.
another train at Atlantic Avenue. So at night I'd be walking through waiting for some random fucking dude to just come out and rob me because there's no fucking cops
See,
around.
my problem is by the time I leave next level, if I don't get on a train by 3
It's too
a.m.,
late. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going on the island.
I don't
too.
get a train until 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you and there's like there's no parking spots. If you drive there, you're fucked. I don't know how Henry gets a spot every time.
People got stranded there, you know. People got stranded there for staying too late, and there's no damn clock in that bitch. So by the time you figure what's going on, you already left. You know what I mean?
You can
And
tell.
like-
You can tell by the sun.
Like let me tell you guys something. Like when Henry did that interview and they were on Event Hubs, people were saying like Kuma was a bad fucking employee. That dude doesn't get fucking home until the sun comes up. So all you better shut the fuck up. That
No,
dude works hard.
What?
Man.
Let me ask you this. What's going on with it now?
With next level?
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as I know, it's dying.
I mean, it is done. I mean, I hate to say that.
A lot of them are, man.
I mean, I don't want to say it. I mean, but every
I mean, it
time,
is what it
every,
is.
every,
See now,
every
I
Wednesday that
gotta,
comes
I gotta,
up, I'm
I
gonna
gotta,
go
I
back
gotta
and-
change the subject here a second, because Limbo Dog said, "Yo, what happened? I hear James' ex-wife is doing amateur porn. I hear your present wife is doing professional porn with me."
No, you know what I heard?
Well,
dude?
hold on. James, would you like to prove that to us?
Oh boy.
You know what I heard, James?
She calls me Papi Chulo. She makes the best enchiladas in the world.
Here's what I don't get,
Oh
yo.
man.
Why do cats that get no pussy talk about fucking? Like, I don't get it. Like, why you talking about the dude ex-wife and you can't even get regular ass?
No.
on your own?
Yo. No. Listen, truth.
This
I
shit
got
baffles me.
truth. You're wrong.
Am I?
The guy's been trolling me for the last 2 years.
It's true, man.
And at Winter Brawl, he finally came to an event. He brought his wife and his little adorable daughter. He's so far from what you would think because of the way he trolls. You would think like this, like 4'2" little wise ass. He's like he's probably about 6 foot, pushing upper twos. got a wife cute as a button, Mr. Family Man. Yes, my dear. No, my dear. Meanwhile, he's telling everybody in the internet world, "I'll fuck you. I'll do you. I'll date." And I'm like, really? And then there he is. And
keyboard warrior.
And there he is. No, he looks like he can handle his own too.
Oh, okay.
But
so basically, what we're saying is, he's not the father.
Well, if he's not the well, the kid was cute and he's an ugly fuck, but so probably not.
So in the case of 12-year-old broke neck Dinkins,
but he is. But one thing I will say, he is the best diaper changer I ever saw.
Well.
Okay.
He's changing the kid's diaper, doing the whole daddy thing. He's a family man.
Okay.
I just want to bang his wife.
All right, okay. Nigga, change the diapers. Okay, all right, change the diapers.
No, but like, as far as next level goes, like every Wednesday that comes up, I'm gonna tell myself. But then I get the message that there was only like 12 people from Marvel or some shit, or like 15 people for Street Fighter, and I'm like, well,
and one of them's Henry. He's like, I'll play this week.
But you know what, man? It's harder for Henry to get loot for his place than say Super Arcade and shit. You know what I mean?
He'll admit him and Nick do it for the.
It's hard, man.
Super Arcade's hurting too.
Yeah, but you know, but comparing the two though, it's harder for Henry for some reason to get loot when fucking Super Arcade can be having like, you know, telethons and shit like every other season. You know what I mean? Like, and somehow he pulls through, but then we got, you know, Henry down here in the East Coast, and people just like, damn, you shit about to close? That's fucked up. Can I get that poster when you're done? Like, yo, really, dog? You know, it's messed up. It's true, man. Henry gets no support almost. It's bad.
Let me tell you something. I plan on opening up a card store, gaming store with my friends this year. By next year, when we start profiting, on the weekends, I want to do just like mini tournaments. Just a mini fighting game tournament. Not for any profit, just for the community.
As someone who's already done that with your friends, man, yeah. I've had a store in Houston. Like my store, actually my car store is still alive and kicking in Houston. As a matter of fact, I went in with two of my friends, so we can get on that shit later. But as far as arcade stuff goes, you know, what I mean, let's just, you know, run that shit back real quick. Do you think if Henry gets into any trouble, say by the end of this month, how long do you give him before it's just done and done?
I mean, I would hire Henry if he wanted.
It's gonna take at least 9 months to get him out.
It really will.
Think so?
Yeah, New York won't. They don't want nobody going out that easy.
You got to understand.
Think so?
No one wants Henry going anywhere, except to a new location. That's not the point. The point is, people don't want Next Level to die.
I wouldn't want Next Level to die. I mean, it's a great place.
Yeah, but New York, like no offense to Cali, but New York cares more. Like a lot of people that I've heard of talk about how they don't like, they'll let Super Arcade die and they've been seeing it for years and blah blah blah, and a lot of people are not taking it seriously. They think that they're just joking. But like in New York, when we take care of our own. Like if
well, we try to.
Got in trouble, but like, you know, nah, for real, we take care of our own. Like, look at James. He let me on the show, right? Who the fuck am I in this community? I'm a fucking nobody. And I what do? I curse at James every 2 seconds. Like, James, fuck you. How about that?
Well, okay.
His own personal Tourette's, man.
You know, right? Moving right along.
That was a good one, wasn't it? That was a good fucking joke.
It's time to fuck with. It's time to fuck with Lenell. Like, hello, oil trade. Hello. How do you do so?
Right, the first time.
Hello, oil trade.
Nobody else even knows what's going on.
I know.
I'm kind of, yeah. I mean, I've literally had like a long day, but yeah.
But
I don't know, man. Like, yeah. I don't think it'd be 9 months for Henry, bro. I mean, I think what you mean is once arcades start going down the tube, and once you hit that first month, man,
it'll be at least 6. Like
I'd say 6, yeah. A
big reason that people aren't going anymore, as fucking stupid as this is, but it's true, is because Chris went to the West Coast. A lot of people don't.
And then, is that really a thing? I mean,
yeah,
why is that a thing? Why is it a thing?
Because people are thinking that, like, oh, well, Justin jumped ship, and now look at Chris. Chris is doing the same thing. There's nothing on the East Coast anymore.
But you know what? But you know what?
Man, shit. And so did Chris G, man. Chris G and Justin both did some grown man shit, though. That's what you gotta do. Sometimes, nigga, you gotta pack up and move. Like, if shit ain't working for you.
But people don't understand the real reason that Justin left, and it pisses me off that people just want to talk shit about Triforce and whatnot. Like, Justin basically admitted it in the article that went up today on Event Hubs. Like, he went because this is what he wanted to do with his life. It was a money opportunity. Like, forget the fact that that he felt that, you know, nobody on EMP wanted him to win because people like Sanford and whoever were feeling like, well, Justin's getting all the attention. What about us? Like, we trying too. Like, fuck that. Like, he went plain and simple because of money. And Chris went there plain and simple because of money.
Well, now he's shucking and driving for fucking GameStop gear. So get off his
and now
look alone. All right, like, look, you got a job, leave him alone.
And now look, like, Chris isn't winning at all. Like,
yes, because this is what happens to people. This is what happens when you go to a whole other section of your land. Shit's different. I give Chris like 3 more months to learn them. And then he'll be good again. I mean, exactly. Chris is gonna be, like I said, Chris is good people. I mean, he's not dumb. He's not, you know, a fucking idiot. But going to Cali and people are like, oh, yo, he losing. Of course he gonna lose. He doesn't. He never fuck with Cali. He only fuck with like certain people from Cali.
Like, also in Cali, you have a lot of like newer people that play random shit. Like, and Next Level was like the same fucking 25 guys playing in the tournament every time.
It's the same 25 guys at fucking Super Arcade. Your point?
Not really.
I mean, really?
No, not really. Like, they get like 70 people every fucking tournament.
They get 70 people. Who the fuck you see on stream?
Okay, good point. But that's not.
Right now, it's about learning those people, and right now, Chris is gonna get beat the fuck up for another like 2 more months solid. Then after that, he's gonna be back in his groove. That's just the way shit happens. Nigga, you play card games. You want to do this. Well, guess what? Right now, you gotta learn your local meta. You of all people should know that. You should know that you should know that on the East Coast plays a lot different than Midwest plays a lot different than West Coast.
Hell, I've gone to card stores in Pennsylvania. That's also on the East Coast. Shit over there is totally different than New York.
No, I mean, Philly plays different from Jersey. Jersey plays different from Maryland. I've been to 3 Pro Tours, qualified for 7. I just didn't go because of, like, just like James said, grown man reasons. I had work, so it's like, I can't go.
Like, I don't play much anymore because of grown man reasons. Like,
grown man shit. And that's the reason why Chris left. All these cats that are sitting here on their ass talking shit about the boy and the moves that these fighting game players make, they don't seem to understand that at the end of the day, when you come back from the arcade and you sitting in a fucking 1-bedroom and you over 21, that's a motherfucking problem.
Like, let me tell you all something.
Like, real talk. If you got a room and not your apartment, you got a problem.
Let me say something.
Handle
like,
that shit.
At my card store, when we open it up and I want to promote fucking our fighting game circuit, like, I'm going to go to fighting game tournaments all over the country. You know why? I'm not going to be trying to win. I'm going to be trying to fucking promote my store. Just because I'm doing grown man shit. And Chris is doing grown man shit. But, you know, it's like he said. He wanted to be on his own and grow up. And that's what he's
handle
doing.
His business, correct, and he's doing that. You know,
no, he can't.
And you know, I don't think that it's an excuse to not go to your locals because Chris left, so I'm not going. Man, fuck that shit, nigga, go. Like, don't make that excuse up. You know.
But it's sad because a lot of people are actually acting like that in New York. A lot of people are thinking like, well, if he fucking left, then the New York scene must be dying. So who gives a shit anymore?
Still got Rico. You still got a whole bunch of other cats, man. Just keep on playing. Keep on.
Still got Ray and Flux, and look how Chris left, and look how hard Flux stepped up.
Yep.
And first of all, man, if you stop playing because of dudes like Chris don't show up no more, then I mean,
you just a sad ass cheerleader.
That's a sad excuse, man. Cause
you just sad.
You know.
Well, you're right. Put down them pom poms and pick up a stick.
Dudes like that, Chris wouldn't even go. He wouldn't even go play casuals with people because he didn't want people to learn his shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't worry about.
Well, he also
people.
didn't play casuals because he felt like he didn't even need the practice. That's how good he got.
Did he have a reason to? When someone say, I'm going to walk around my neighborhood like this because you can't beat my ass, has anyone beat his ass yet? No. I guess that nigga going to keep walking around the way he wants to until somebody beat him the fuck up, yo.
He would go to Next Level And what he would do is he would spend. It would be like 5 of us. It'd be like me, my friend, him, a couple other people. All we would do is just and Ben. We would just talk Magic. Then he would go over to the fucking DDR machine, play that for like an hour until the tournament starts, and then he would just keep walking around and watching everybody play. And know what he would do? He'd body everybody.
Yeah, that's what people do when they're scared to play people. That's the type of shit that people do.
Exactly.
You know.
You're right, yo.
Put like this. I'm gonna tell you this. When you scared to play people in your own community, and you don't want them to catch on to your shit, you know what I'm saying? And you make your shit exclusive to whereas you don't want people to catch on to you, and you just gonna play people in short sets and tournament play. That's not gonna make everybody else better. You know what I'm saying? So when you do go to a California where you got a higher echelon of players and you get your shit pushed in, which is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Now motherfuckers want to make all these.
Excuse me. Well, shit. Compared to Daigo come here. Everybody riding his dick.
Everybody comes here. Daigo bodies.
That nigga go right back to Japan, and then after that, he goes right back to Japan to get beat the fuck up on the regular. Those cats are strong as shit, and most of the time that fucking Capcom Invitational bullshit. That nigga got bopped by a random chick.
He comes over
Blanca,
here,
and he got murdered by a Blanca, and the chick was just like, "Oh, that was cool. Who was he? Who was he again?" I was like, "Yo."
I mean, Daigo is a superstar. You know, he's famous based on, you know, what did he get real famous off of? The Alpha 3 World
Off of us. Well, he played competitively after Super Street Fighter. He
played competitively in the late 90s when Super Turbo.
It wasn't late. No, it wasn't late 90s because he was still doing exhibitions. He was still doing exhibitions. As a matter of fact, yeah, shit. Alex Zavai can tell you shit. I think it was playing him. So yeah, that the first time he showed up was during
Daigo was the only person
that.
Oh, you're right. Because Daigo was the person
when he beat Alex.
Yeah, Daigo was the person that rivaled Alex
and Alex was 15 then.
Yeah.
And that was like over 50. Yeah, that was over 15 years ago.
15. I was 15.
Yeah, Alex was 15 when he played. His nose was like 26, but he was 15.
That's so fucked up.
I mean,
the Triple H nose, man.
Alpha 3. When Alpha 3 came out, that was 97, 98. I was 15. I'm born in 83.
Yeah.
I was 15, 98. Alex is 5 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm about to say Alex been around for a little.
Yeah, Alex has been around for a long time.
Like I said, I remember him in the Tips and Tricks books. Alex
was one of the big reasons I even got into fighting.
Well, regardless of all that, though, and Daigo's local, he not that strong, yo. But here he's a guy.
But let's think about this, right? For the he's the only person to ever get all top 8s in every Evo since Street Fighter started.
He did.
Now, every year, who the fuck has beaten him?
Other Asians.
Exactly. No one from America.
I'm really sorry, but yeah.
He lost to two Asian people this year. Lost to 2 Asian people last year. Lost to 2 Asian people the year before that. And then he won the other 2 years.
Why don't you correct it? Yeah, correct it by saying he got beat by 2 Asian players that know the Japanese meta.
Sorry. Yes, he got beat by 2 Asian players that know Japanese play. Right.
Like Punko had his number because Punko played regularly over there in Japan. Like he went over there.
Punko was and probably still is his demon. Tokido, Tokido and Infiltration know his play.
Yes.
You know what? Like you know why Infiltration beat his ass that year? Because he didn't take Infiltration seriously.
He's right though.
That's
Latif also beat him too. Yeah, Latif beat him right after Punko beat him.
Because Latif knows Japanese play.
Not to get off subject, but like I said, man, when you live in the scene, man, and if you're the best player in your scene, and you're not playing regularly, you know, with your scene or whatever, the other people in your scene, it's gonna be some people gonna start feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't already spoke, you know what I'm saying, to everybody from New York. I already know the opinion of it. You know what I'm saying? We go through something similar here with one of our top players. You know what I'm saying? When people I don't know if it's an arrogance thing or if it's fear, but it's just games, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's arrogance. I think it's fear.
I think it's a little bit of both.
It's fear.
Honestly,
it's both. It's both.
Really, you really think arrogance is part of it?
Because think about it. Think about it like this. A top player has it. If you're the top player in your community, you're gonna have like this air about yourself because you've beaten everybody.
That's true.
Well, at the same time, if you play somebody long enough and they figure you out, they have the potential to either rival you or get better than you. It's as simple. It's as simple as that's why I say it's both. So, like, cause if you play a long set with somebody and you actually like treat this set as like you being real technical, real educational about it, like you paying attention to stuff, you noticing stuff, and you start to catch on and adapt. And once you figure it out, then you start winning more games. Then after a while, you just start beating them. And then all of a sudden, But I'm gonna say like this. If you truly a strong player, you're not worried about other people adapting to your gimmicks because that too.
Like, look at Perfect Legend. Perfect Legend went to Evo, he won. What'd he do? He never went to another fucking tournament, but he claimed he was the best for a year.
I mean,
he won the next year, but
I mean that's a different story because those other tournaments weren't paying.
That is true. That is true.
Stupid high amounts of money, but well, what I'm saying is, like I said, if you're not, like I said, if you are winning because of a gimmick, and you're scared for other people to catch on to you, whatever, and you don't want to play them, whatever, you're not going to get better either. All you're going to do is just keep dominating the weak people that you play. And then you're going to go somewhere else where it's better players, and you're going to get your back blew out.
Case in point.
Get killed.
Yeah,
you're going to get destroyed.
Guys, guys. I got Dan from Germany, from ESGN.
Oh, Frodan.
Frodan is going to be hopping on, so give me a second. And let me get him going here.
Yeah.
What's up, Adonis?
That's what happened to Chris, though, when he went over there. Because
That's what happened to all players from all scenes who don't play regularly with the people in their scene, man.
The only person that ever did that and started winning was Justin, just because of who Justin is.
I mean,
but Justin also frequented a little more to that area.
That is true. Justin was there.
I was gonna say Justin been playing with Ricky.
Yeah, Justin's been there. Like,
I mean, that's where Justin.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Justin and Ricky were like.
Hold on. Hey, Dan, you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you perfect. Yeah. So, okay, guys. I got Dan from ESGN. You want to give a quick introduction to yourself so people know who you are?
Yeah, I think that summarizes it perfectly. My name's Dan. I work for ESGN. I mainly work as the on-camera talent, but I also help plan a lot of the shows like the Fight Night and other programming as well.
And how exactly did you wind up getting involved with this?
Well, I used to be a commentator for StarCraft 2. That was my full-time gig. I used to work at a company called NASL back in California. And my boss, at the time, he's a producer, his name is Morgan. He was actually at SoCal Regional saying hi to some people, so maybe you met him. He basically got an offer to come to Germany to do what ESGN is. And, even though I really loved commentating, and I still do, and at time, this weekend I'll still even be doing, tournaments, events for commentary. I wanted to always do more. I feel like, gaming, competitive gaming, esports, whatever you want to call it, can be so much more than just simply, the hype tournaments. I want to build the storylines. I want to build players. I want to build teams. And ESGN's mandate is really to help give these narratives that people can latch onto, more than just trying to get. Because every tournament felt like an arms race. The biggest prize pool, or these players would come, and it just becomes like this trying to, dick measuring contest between tournaments. So. For me, I felt like going to ESGN is going back to where esports or competitive gaming really was, which is trying to establish the brands of the players and trying to really go back to where we came from.
Now let me ask you, as far as I guess your guys' format for for choosing players. I noticed that you guys aren't saying, all right, let's go get Daigo, Dominion, Alex Vi, PR Rock, and throw all the top guys in one room at one time. I noticed you guys are taking good players, or should I say slightly better than just good, players that have placed in Street Fighter and bringing them up against an Infiltration, which is considered one of the deities. So what is your process for actually selecting players?
Yeah, so with the format and the player selection is not really determined only by me, but also by Wtih and Mike Ross. We wanted to go to the play when we created Fight Night in the first place. We wanted to go to the players and ask them what they want to do and kind of make it their own show. It applies to every single game we do, not just Street Fighter. So we approached Mike Ross and Wtih and we asked them who are some of the players you really want to see. And obviously you want to see like Infiltration, you want to see guys like Xian, see just more of them. You want to be able to see them in a different light than you normally do. It's not just about the players and trying to get the highest quality games like you were saying. It's more about trying to build personality. People don't usually see a side of Infiltration where, he gets to trash talk another player or he gets to, show a lot of emotion, because most of the time when you're watching a stream, it's kind of like 3 minutes of prepping. Maybe you get to, test your buttons and then you just go for it. And then after the match is over, you just kind of leave because the next one's got to rotate in. And as much as, it's cool to see the journey of certain players, we also want to explore more the personality. That's why half the show is talking. So we try to evaluate this and balance it out. That's why we get, the killers like Infiltration, Xian. And then that's why we get some guys that you might have not really seen too much of, like Aliyun, who's always been kind of underrated in the scene, but absolutely tearing it up. And then we also kind of get really fun guys like K-Brad, who also happens to be a scumbag candidate.
Now, as far as like how you perceive the FGC overall, or should I say ESGN? Now, I understand you're saying that you want to actually cultivate this scene. Are you looking beyond in the future other fighting games, or is this going to be something that right now they're exclusively staying with Street Fighter 4?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, James. We're still just experimenting with stuff. A lot of our guys in our office love Street Fighter. It's purely a passion project at the moment, because if you compare it to some of the other stuff that we get, Street Fighter doesn't really get that high numbers in a business sense. But we really like the Street Fighter guys. We really like the community. And obviously, we would love to entertain more games like Marvel vs. Capcom, or some of the other stuff, Injustice, whatever you want to do it. We could do anything, but the problem is we want to put out a good product first that the community really likes. And I think we're still kind of tweaking it. The format isn't perfect. The way we present stuff isn't always 100% refined and tuned, but it's going to get better every time. And that's what we care more about. Consistency and improvement. And this past season was better than the last, and the next one will be even better.
I mean, we had PR Rog on here earlier today, and we were talking exactly about that. As far as the scene's growth, how it grows, leagues in general. What do you guys think that the end game to getting this to be esports is going to actually have to consist of? I mean, we've actually sat on the show, how people handle themselves at the events, to make it more attractive to sponsors. People kind of got to act a little bit more adult-oriented. If you go to the quote-unquote grassroots events as of now, after the event ends, you can find any group of any type of fighting game straggled across the halls, drinking something, the full debauchery. Do you find that can hurt this scene, or is it going to be kind of live and let live and try to grow from what we got?
I mean, I think there's something really raw and, as a result, pretty fresh about the FGC, because they are who they are. And I personally really like them, really like that about them. And I feel like, in a way that's not really holding them back. Like I don't want to draw comparisons too much, but if you look at a community like even Call of Duty, for example, and see how they've really taken off being who they are, I feel like FGC can even be better, because I've hung out with Call of Duty guys, they're cool, but at the same time, I don't really see too much of a difference of how they interact with each other with a lot of these pros that just love bashing heads. So I don't think that's necessary, and I think people kind of fear that a little bit too much, because in the end, it's just if it still grows, it grows. I don't really think people need to change who they are, but I think they need to get better for the camera. That's not necessarily saying anything that they have to completely change personality, but at least be able to play in it. And again, even going back to our Fight Night stuff, you saw players started getting more comfortable, and a lot of people feel like Fight Night might be scripted, or we direct them and say, hey, you have to do this. No, man, we pin like 9 cameras and say we just want to capture any moment that can represent the emotion, the intensity. Like if you saw last night's episode with Xian and Alioun, if you don't, I won't spoil it for you, but every single game where it started getting really intense, you try to make sure to capture those moments because you can feel how crazy it was. I mean, you heard Gutex going nuts. I'm sure you guys were doing this.
I think that was the biggest thing that a lot of people had trouble, I guess, accepting with the show, because sadly, I mean, it's been mentioned that a lot of the premier FGC sites are not really giving the show like the proper reception that it probably really deserves. But I think like the biggest complaint was that it wasn't getting enough hype. And as far as when people think of the FGC, that word is like synonymous with the FGC. I think now coming along into the second season, having watched the show, you guys are definitely like stepped it up. You guys doing a tremendous job. But I think they're looking to see more of that and stuff, because without that being there, it just seems sterile.
No, for sure. I understand completely. And that's definitely one of the most important things. Whether you see a tournament, you always see the crowd. You always hear how, it's really exciting and it's always on the knife's edge. The thing is, we're still kind of in a bound because it falls into a production cycle of stuff, and it's not easy hosting something live, or it's not necessarily easy being able to do everything because we're still in our second month of launching, and we're still trying to figure things out. We still don't even have our full studio set up yet. This is a temporary set that in terms of the equipment that we've been using. And we've been trying to just get things up. It's kind of like a beta, to use that term loosely. We're still trying to establish how everything will go. And that's not saying that when it's finally done, it's going to look completely different. It's just that our workflow, creating production, if you ask guys who put on shows like Level Up, who did a great job at SoCal Regional, it's not that easy just putting on stuff and being able to just turn on the switch and just say, let the guys play. We try to do it really clean. Want to minimize downtime. We want to make it fun, make it again about the storylines, and make it that you want to tune in to see how these players are doing, and that way they're the star, and not necessarily making it just about the moment as much as we really love those like.
Right, you guys are definitely coming along. I mean, it's a significant improvement from the first season, the second one. You guys are definitely on the right track. The production values. Significant improvement, just keep going and go from there.
I mean, one of the things that I've heard as a complaint personally was in the trailers and whatnot, it's giving away too much as far as who was going to win. I guess they were saying I personally haven't seen it.
There was a mistake.
Where
they showed a forward match that had. Literally, I forgot which one it was. It was season 1. They had showed a match where it was literally like the last match. People kind of figured because you guys play sets, and when the set number was there, people already know who won, so they just didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was a Tokido versus Ryan.
Yeah.
And everybody, I saw like 5 wins on Tokido's side. I was like, oh, I guess I know who won.
Yeah. It was an honest mistake. It happens during production. People don't take But that's what it was, and with season 2, it hasn't happened yet.
I personally have no complaints with it. I love it. I love it.
I agree. I mean, one of the things that I tweeted out when there were some complaints that I just thought weren't valid was, nobody tells Michelangelo, what color to paint this person's eyes when painting the Sistine Chapel. It's your guys' work, and I understand you're trying to embed yourselves and help grow this scene, which is great. But at the end, you guys grow it the way, you know, more of a combination. But at the same time, you got to learn to separate. One of the things, and I really don't want to hit on it too much, but you know, it was the girls in the skirts. You know, how they were, you know, as we call them in the FGC, the white knights of the universe, you know, coming out saying, oh, yeah, look at how they're portraying the women. And I'm going, but then you're going to go home and you're going to watch porn. That makes no sense. You know, those women actually got those jobs. They applied for those jobs. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I mean,
oh man, we had a casting call. I mean, I hope they could pay rent this month because they didn't come back. I mean, I really
wow.
They were really good at their
Did he just say what I've been saying for the last 2 weeks?
They went on strike.
I called the White Knights. I called out the White Knights and I said, I hope you guys are going to pay for their college tuitions.
Oh,
Looks
wait,
like
they went
they
on
didn't.
strike and that's why they left?
Strike.
Shit. Yo, that's what James and I said.
You know,
Wow,
but,
I'm really sorry to hear that.
You know, but
Jason must be pissed.
That's all bad.
Damn, they got future endeavor.
The economy and the schism of that
their
strike.
papers.
You know,
I mean,
well, guys, hold on.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, my whole thing is you guys are creating this, and in my opinion, you're doing a great job. I mean, I've been entertained on every episode. You know, production value is getting better every time. You know, every season it's getting better. I'm hoping that this is something that hopefully this community starts to embrace more, because you're getting matches, you're getting to meet these personalities, like you were saying, you know, and I've been comparing this scene to the WWE forever, and that's what this scene needs to grow. It can't just be a bunch of guys squeezing down Hot Pockets in their mom's basements, pushing buttons. You got to have more involved with
Hot
it.
Pockets,
you know, and you know, from what I've seen, you guys are doing a bang up job. I mean, I can't wait for the finale. And at the same time, you're giving people opportunity to make money. You know, which is always good in a scene that's been crying about money for how long? You know,
to me, it's like I said, it's a great thing to me. I don't see anything bad about it. The only thing it can do is help, you know, grow, you know, what we have now. Nothing that starts out is perfect, you know, so as time goes along, like Dan said, you know, they'll be eventually, you know, getting things the way they want it, you know, or the way the people want it, the viewers want it. But so far, I mean, it's great. I give it 10 out of 10. Period.
I agree.
I mean, I've been playing fighting games for over 20 years. I've been competing for 16, 17 years, and I've been waiting for stuff like this half my life. You know, I'm glad to see that that somebody's doing it at least.
I mean, as far as like I personally have only been able to catch a few episodes just because I've been so busy, but the few episodes that I've watched, I've not been disappointed with. I like the way that you guys are approaching. You know, with the interviews, with giving people a chance to actually talk instead of, you know, just like you said, the stupid little 3-minute, oh, you check your buttons and then there's an intermission, you go right in. It's actually like watching an entertaining TV show, and I like that fact.
And that's you know, basically what I've been saying every episode that I've come on the OBS show. You know, it's not always about, you know, like the matches and stuff like that. I mean, in order for the community to grow, you have to get people to follow it. You know, not, you know, the games, the people. You know, like for example, me in football. I don't watch football because I don't have a favorite football player. So because I don't have a favorite football player, I really don't follow football no more. You know, same thing with Street Fighter. For example, if I didn't like Street Fighter, but I saw some guy on ESGN, you know, that I could relate to, and he just so happened to play Street Fighter, or I might just follow Street Fighter now. Like, hey, let me buy this game. I saw this guy playing it, so on and so forth. You know, you can attract people like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think they're doing a good job with that.
Or even better than that, I don't know Street Fighter whatsoever, but here's a guy like K-Brad acting like a clown on the camera, and I go, who is this dude?
Exactly.
And then I find out what he's doing, and I'm going, wow, you know what? There's something to this. I used to play Street Fighter as a kid, you know, and now you got somebody that's going to be following it. The fact that I don't see a wider support for this does bother me. You know, Dan, I don't know 100% of your background as far as the fighting game community, but, you know, we do have a tendency to be pretty self-destructive.
Yeah. I used to attend certain events back in the East Coast when I lived there, but I mean, I know exactly what you mean.
Let's get into your personal interview. Where is Dan from?
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey? What part?
Really? Nice.
Yeah, I'm from Central Jersey by Newark.
Oh, okay.
You're in Newark?
Well, I'm not from Newark, but I was by Newark. I mean, that's where I hung out a lot anyways.
I used to run the East Brunswick Arcade in the East Brunswick Square Mall on Route 18.
You ran the East Brunswick Arcade?
Did you really?
That's where I
Are you
grew up. I grew
serious?
up in East Brunswick. That's where.
I used to live on Old Bridge Turnpike.
Really?
Oh my!
Dude, I hang out there like 3
and
times a year.
I lived across the street from, I forgot the name of the bar on Old Bridge Turnpike. It was like a house turned into a bar. That's when I moved from New York to Jersey for those couple of years.
Dude, I pass by that bar all the fucking time when I'm driving there. Holy
I think it's called My Dad's Place.
Something like that. Yeah,
Something
I know
like
it has
that.
my in the name.
Yeah.
But holy shit, yeah, that's where my aunt lives, man. I've been hanging out there since I was a kid.
Yeah, I used to run the East Brunswick Mall Arcade.
I probably fucking met you when I was a kid.
That's where I met Tom Brady.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Tom Brady was a little rugrat running around there, and you know, he used to come in there and, hey, you want to teach me some Mortal Kombat? Okay, come here, kid.
You know what, James? I probably met you when I was a kid, man. You're probably even the person that got me into Mortal Kombat, bro.
Your entire life, man.
You went your whole life and you didn't know it was me?
No, holy shit. That's fucking awesome.
So, all right, how did you wind up getting involved with this?
So, you know, I basically, in East Coast, I was solely like one of those kids that just played and then thought he was amazing in his neighborhood, went to tournaments and got my ass smashed. And then that kind of continued all the way till I was 18, where I got in a little trouble. And
that's Jersey.
Yeah, I got in a little trouble, and so I moved to California and basically restarted my life. And I just kind of hit a hard reset. So I moved to San Francisco area, the Bay Area, and then I took some college courses there and transferred to San Diego. And then when I went to San Diego for school, I met a guy who was he was like a team manager. He was a team manager of Fnatic at the time. Fnatic's a pretty well-known team for a lot of PC games. Mm-hmm. And what happened was I asked him if I can get involved and like help him do some stuff. And, you know, he was kind of, you know, I was just an annoying kid just trying to do something, contribute. And so he was like, yeah, maybe I'll see what I can do. And I never heard from him anything for like 2.5 years. And then all of a sudden one day I got a call from him saying that he couldn't attend work and he wanted me to fill in for him. And so I did, and that was for the commentary job. So I did, and I stepped in. They liked it. They're like, "Oh man, it's cool. You don't sound like an Asian, but you are Asian. This is totally weird, but we want a job." And I was like, "Sure." So I left school.
Well, that's
I was like 12 credits from finishing, and I just decided to go for it. And then I got the job. I worked for about 1.5 years. Got the offer from ESGN, and I haven't looked back ever since.
Nice.
It's strange how things work out.
Isn't it?
So now you're